This is a video for the Trac treadmills. Just know how to do a burn-in on the treadmills. You need to do a speed motor calibration and also an elevation calibration and then a burn-in of these treadmills. And then you've also got to set from English to metric measurement. So with these, when you install them, if you just power them up, turn them on, come up with this start screen here. What you have to do is press on this keypad here to get into maintenance mode. You have to press 0, OK and 2. So 0, 2 and OK all at once. So if I just hold these three, press them all at once, and then it goes into maintenance mode. And then from here, you just adjust with the incline buttons here. You can scroll through what you like. So if we scroll through here, just keep going through to this one here, units, it says English, and then with the speed buttons, then you can change that to metric, for metric measurement, for kilometers. And then to save it, hit OK, and then the update will come across the screen, and when it gets towards the end, it'll go away and then be updated and saved. Then from there, you can just keep scrolling through. These are some other settings you can reset, but just leave them as all the standard measurements here. These pretty much all stay the same. If we get through to min speed, max speed, model 8TR, that's what this model is. So you can choose your model of what the console's been fitted to. So it's been fitted to a different base. You can change the base, but this is an 8TR base that it's fitted to, so I'll leave that. Program status display, serial errors. So here we go. Here you got motor calibration. I'll show you what to do. Elevation calibration, and then also the burn-in. So if you want to do motor calibration first, what we'll do is you just press OK to do that, and then press OK again to start it, and then it will start up. I'll just hop off it because you're not supposed to be standing on it when it does the calibration. So I might pause this video because it takes a bit to come through, and I'll come back to it when it finishes it. But it'll basically just speed up and slow down. It'll go to absolute maximum speed and then slow down to minimum speed, and then go about a mid-range speed as well. So you just let it do what it's got to do. It's just calculating, getting the measurements, and the mat's running pretty fast, so that's fine. So this here, it'll go to the max speed. This max speed is 20 k's. So there we go. So it's finding 20. It's found that, and it's going to go back down. And just finally stop. So that says it's passed. It's let me hop on here. That says that it's passed the calibration, so that's fine. That's all well and good. Just wait for the mat to fully stop there. That's stopped. And then it goes back to the motor calibration here. And then what we do is hit up to go to the elevation calibration, and just make sure you're standing off the treadmill to do this. And then you just press OK to select that, and then it will go through that calibration as well. Actually, you've got to press OK twice, and then it will go through the full incline. It'll just raise up. Those numbers there are just a value of the incline, so it's not a degree measurement or something like that. It's just the number that they've put at for that degree of incline. So it'll go up to the maximum number. Or the maximum height, which is the lower number. And then when it's level, at level 0, when it's flat, it'll be the higher number. So this will just keep counting down until it gets to the absolute max. And you can see it's raised up on incline there compared to this other treadmills. So that's raised up fully. So it'll check that calibration, and then it will just go back down. And now it's starting to go back down to the minimum. So this won't take long. I'll probably just go through this video, show you this. When it gets down to 0, it should say passed calibration for the elevation calibration, which will be good. So we've done motor calibration, we've done elevation calibration, and then we do the burn-in. The burn-in is just a particular program, the Hill program. It's one of these this program here, it'll actually do automatically. So once it finishes this elevation calibration, we'll go select the burn-in, and what it is, it's a 20-minute program. The program will run through 20 minutes. It'll count down from 20 minutes down to 0, and then it will automatically restart again. So what you do is you just want to press stop once it's finished the burn-in after it's done the first 20 minutes. If you go away from the treadmill, you can go away from it, just let it go. That's fine. So here it says it's passed the elevation calibration, which is good. So it's passed the motor calibration, it's past the elevation calibration, and now we just need to go to the so you hit the stop button to save that calibration, and then we'll hit the up button, the plus for the incline, and then you got the burn-in mode. So this burn-in mode is, like I said, you just hit start, the OK button, sorry, over here, and then it'll just basically just start up. So you got your 20 minutes there, and it's just going to go through this set program, and it'll just do this. It'll follow these settings up and down, so it'll raise up and lower down, and it will speed up and slow down at varying intervals. So when this gets down to 0, it'll just automatically restart again. So if you go away from the treadmill, it's fine, do something else. And when you come back, say if you've missed the 20 minutes and it's restarted, that's fine. Say if it's done 4 minutes of the second 20-minute block, all you need to do is just come up to it and physically just press stop twice to get out of the maintenance mode, and then just keep pressing stop if it doesn't go out straight away, and then you'll come up with that normal start screen that if you have a treadmill on, it'll just have, press quick start or choose a program. So that'll take you back out of maintenance mode. For this one, I'll see if I can wait until the end of this 20 minutes. For this install, I've got a few little things to do, so I might pause this video, and then I might come back to this treadmill at the end of the 20 minutes, and then I can show you how to just back out of the burn-in phase, which that's all it'll do. So you see it's just raised up a little bit there, it's sped up again, it slows down, it'll raise up, it'll lower down. You might want to have a look at the treadmill just to see if it's aligned, so you can check the alignment here, that it's fairly even compared to this side. So sometimes you might want to just tighten this. If it's over to the left here too much on the running mat, then tighten this side and it will push it back to the right. Or if it's over to the right too much, then you tighten the right and it will move the mat back to the left. You only want to do like a quarter turns or maybe even half turns at a time, and then wait like 10 or 20 seconds for it to respond as you're adjusting it. So don't just do one full turn, because that'll be too much. So just do like a quarter of a turn or even half a turn, and then just wait and see how it slowly moves over. And if you need to do it again, just do another quarter turn or half turn and it will move over. But that's how I align the running mats as well. You can do it just in the first 30 seconds of doing this burn-in phase. You can do the running belt alignment and tracking, and then also tension as well. So you want to do a stomp test on these treadmills. So what you'd normally do if you come onto it, this one's not on, I haven't got power to this one, but you'd normally hold onto the handlebars here while the treadmill's on and going at about, say, 4 kilometers speed, and then you'd hold back on the treadmill and you're trying to basically physically stop the mat with your feet as you're walking and slow it down and trying to make it a skip or skid, and then just to see if the running mat here is too loose, and then you just need to tighten it down the back. So again, you might, if you've got your alignment right, the tracking left and right correct with the running belt, but you want to get the tension correct, what you need to do is then just do even amount of turns on both sides. So if you'll find you step on it and it's slipping quite easily, you might do, say, 2 full turns straight away and 2 full turns straight away, and then try the stomp test again. Or if it's only if it's only skipping or slipping when you try and hold back the mat really hard, then maybe just do like half a turn on both sides and then try it again. Come up on it, press quick start, go to 4 kilometers speed, wait for it to pick up to that speed by standing on the side, and then when it's up at that speed, hop on it, start walking, and then basically hold the handlebars with both hands, and you're trying to stop the mat from making you walk, and you're in a sense overloading the treadmill just to check that the running mat itself is not going to slip or it's not going to come out of alignment. So that's a good thing to do. I do a couple of stomp tests on them just to check that the belt tension is correct as well. So I'll just pause this video. This is still going through the program here. You can see the fans have come on here, so that's just test that the fans are working. It's got on max speed. The fans will automatically always come on after the first 1 minute. You can physically turn on the fans from here, but when you do any program or even a quick start, or when you're normally using these Trac treadmills, the fans will come on after the first 60 seconds or 1 minute. So that's another good test you can do. While it's on and running, you can test the pulse pads as well, check the pulse pads are working, and then obviously check that your safety key is working and the stop button itself is working as well. And that's how you do a commissioning or first initial calibration and burn-in of the Trac treadmills. I'll come back to you, I'll pause this video and come back to you at the end and just show you how to finalize the burn-in. But as I said, if you wait here the full 20 minutes and it gets down to 0, and then you just press stop 2 or 3 or 4 times until it gets back to the general quick start screen. But I'll pause this video, see if I can come back to that and show you that in this video. Thanks. Okay, so we're back now. This treadmill is just about to finish its first 20-minute burn-in, or just the 20-minute burn-in you do. So I've just been watching this, I didn't let it restart automatically. I might just let it go, and it restarts within 1 second anyway, but you'll see how it restarts the 20-minute program straight away again, but it doesn't matter. Whenever it just finishes and you know it finishes the first 20-minute program, whether it's halfway through it or you get it right at the second when it finishes the 20 minutes, you just press the stop button and it will stop that. So I've just been looking at the treadmill. The running mat itself seems to be still aligned. There's no unusual sounds or noises. That scraping noise you may be able to hear in the video is just the silicone wax that are underneath. And then you can see up here, it's just clicked over the 20 minutes and then restarted again straight away. So at this point, it doesn't matter whether you leave it going or you've left it going for 10 minutes into the second 20-minute program for 10 minutes, that's fine. All you need to do here is you just press the stop button, which is just like pausing it. It'll just pause, but then you press it again and then it'll give you the workout summary. And then the mat's fully stopped just now. And that's pretty much it for that. So it'll give you the elapsed time, your distance, it gives you all the summary. So if we just hit stop on that again, you come up with maintenance mode, and then hit stop again, and then it'll shut down, turn off the fans, and then come back to this start screen, select program, or whatever you're doing there. One thing I'll show you here in this video is just you do definitely have to tension these running belts, as I said, from factory. They don't tension them fully, so you definitely do need to tension these running mats when they're brand new, and also align them in the burn-in test. So what we've done here, we've done a motor calibration, we've done a elevation calibration, and we've done a 120-minute burn-in program. Without being on it, don't be on it, just let the treadmill run on its own and let it do the full 20-minute program on its own without anyone on it at all. And you can have multiple treadmills going at the same time while you're doing this burn-in as well, to save you time. So what we'll do here is we'll do another stomp test just to check how that runs. So if we press quick start, just stand on either side of the treadmill. I normally just go straight to 4 kilometers. I've already changed this to that metric on the inside, on the back end as well. So I know now it'll go up to 4Ks. And then from here, what I can do is physically just walk on it. And you hear that's quite loud when I initially walk. That's just the wax that is built up. There's like a V channel in the wax that's been scraped onto the running deck itself. So after a minute or two of you walking on it, it'll quieten down that sound. You might even hear now it's fairly quiet now, just exactly where I'm walking. It dissipates all the wax that's on there, and it's starting to burn into the actual running mat itself. So here what I'll do, if I'm holding on the handlebars, I've got this holding the camera as well, the phone, but normally I'd hold on with 2 hands, one either side, and then you just want to step on it and see if you can stop it. So see there how I can stop it. Just trying to stop it there at the logo so you can see it stops. See there how it stops? So I know that the running mat is a bit too loose. What I normally do is at least 2 full turns to start with. So you can do it while the treadmill is running and going like this, which you just have the Allen key in here. And you do 1 full turn, 2 full turns. Same thing on this side, put the Allen key in, have it pointing upwards. So do 1 full turn, 2 full turns. And then because I did one side and the other, it's come over to this side a little bit too much, and there's a bit of an extra gap on this side. So what we might do there is I can turn this a quarter turn too far and let this go back a bit for 10 seconds or so. See how it's widening the gap here now, it's coming back, and then I'll just pull this back up to be straight. So I know I've done 2 equal turns on either side. And then what you'll do is hop on the treadmill again, walk on it as normal, and then also try and stomp on it. And I'm leaning back, holding on the handlebars here, and you're trying to actually stop the running mat from moving. Like stop your legs from moving, pulling back on the handlebars just to make sure it doesn't skip or slip. Because when people run at the faster speeds, if they're running at sort of 8 or 10 or 12 Ks or more, it'll definitely slip on them because the extra weight and stress and load on the motor when you're running at 10 or 12 kilometers an hour will make the running mat itself slip. So that's why we're going to do that test, and I'll normally do it at 4 kilometers speed, and then I'll just hold the handlebars and pull back on it, which simulates running faster or being a heavier person as well. That might make the mat itself stop or skip. So that's the full run-in of the Trac treadmills. We've done the motor calibration. Always do the motor calibration first, then do the elevation calibration, and then do the burn-in, the 20-minute program burn-in. While you're doing the 20-minute program burn-in, you can check the alignment and tracking of the running mat left to right. And then after you've done the 20-minute burn-in, then you press stop, I think it's like 4 times, to get it back to the quick start menu. And then you just want to do a quick start again, and then you want to do a stomp test on it by holding back on these handlebars like I just did, and stomp test and try and stop the mat from turning. If you can stop the mat from turning, and then just keep on tightening those rear rollers at the back until you get it to a point where you've tightened it just enough so it won't slip, but you're not over tightening it. So don't do 1 full turn or 1.5 full turns or whatever. Just do like quarter turns or half turn at a time. Or if you get used to it like me, you know, depending on how much you slip on it, depends on how much you can actually tighten it up. If it's slipping a fair bit, then yeah, you might do 2 full turns. But if it's only slipping a little bit, when you hold back on it and pull back really hard, then maybe only do initially a half turn to start with, and then do another stomp test and see if it's slipping again. If it feels like it's just about to slip or just slipping slightly, then maybe do another quarter turn on both of the rear end caps. Adjusters for the rear rollers. So that's how you would commission and run in the Sports Art treadmills. Thank you.